everybody, and welcome to Planning with Donna. Today I have what I would like to call a fold out. I don't know what this is called basically. Sorry. Anyway, I literally just rolled out of bed. So I wanted to get you all a video since I did not get to get you one last night. And this is a piece of junk mail that I had in my stash. And I just thought, hey, let's go ahead and decorate this. I have went ahead and put down book pages and inked everything. I'm sure that you all know how to glue down a book page and to ink, and it's extremely boring, and I didn't think you wanted to watch paint dry. So one thing I did want to share is a couple little things that I did get from Temu in, and we'll start that first. I got some of these little doilies. I thought they were gorgeous. You get 2 of each. They're edged. I mean, they are so pretty. They have that pretty scalloped edge. They're gorgeous. Gorgeous. So I got those from Temu. And I picked up some of these butterflies. Let's see. These are gorgeous. Now, on these, the whole sheet is stickers, so you sort of have to cut these out. They're the butterflies. So you just have to sort of cut around them to get those off the paper. Because the whole sheet, it's not like perforated around the butterflies. So just know that if you order. And these are bookends. I thought these were the neatest thing going. And these are bookends. They look like a bookend, and they're stickers. So I thought those were so neat. And there's all kinds of different bookends. I mean, these are, I just think these are really neat, especially if you're a bookish type person. I mean, it's like, hey. So I picked those up. Just going to lay everything to the side. I just wanted to get this in really quick. Don't want a super long video. These are some more lacy cutouts that I picked up, and these are all hearts. I thought these were really, really pretty, and they're going to go really pretty in the Victorian ladies. New junk journal I'm starting, and if you have not seen that first video, go check it out. I will try to remember to link it down below. It's going to be a giveaway. Welcome to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I'm almost at my 1,000, and I'm very, very excited. And I appreciate all the shout outs and all the support from my OGs. It really does mean a lot. I love this vellum bow on this, and you know it will get repurposed. And then we have one that looks like craft paper. And these look like basically just three of each. And I thought these would be really cute where they have this line down through here to wrap around like the edge of a page. I thought that would look so cute. So you get 3 of each pattern. There's 3 of those. Oh, this is really pretty. Love that. And then 3 of this one. I got fidget fingers this morning. 3 of that one. 3 of this one. This one. This one. And there. So super cute. Super cute. And these little picture frames that are embossed. And I think they're a sticker. I thought these would be super cute for putting down. I'm pretty sure there's, yeah. What I thought these would be really cute for is having, let me find them, these stickers like this. I had a million of them laying here. This is what happens when you clean off your desk. I got this little box too of these little ladies. But I think these are like really cute. Like if you, the other stickers I have are bigger. So just to do that, I think that is so pretty. And you could use that. I love that so much. That is so cute. So I got a bunch of these little lady stickers. All kinds of pretty ladies here. These are stickers. They come in this little tiny box. And then I got these, and there's the dark, the light, and the white. So, and they're all embossed little frames. And the last thing I picked up was this lace. These are just little strips of lace, and this is a sticker. So that's really cute. I really like the lace edging on stuff like that. And then I picked this up from an Etsy shop. I thought you all would be really interested. And her business is shop. There's all kinds of vintage baubles. Create a craft kit. Carol Linden and as Still Be Designs. So, I will link her shop. She has 4 Etsy shops down below. And if you use, oh, this is for return business. So, anyway, so that is her small business. And this is stitches. And I have been looking forever for these. And I came across her shop because I couldn't find what I was looking for anywhere. But what I was wanting was like stitches where if I did not want to go and stitch around everything, you can stamp it. So, yeah. And there's all kinds of other stamps. There's like a double stitch. There's a wavy stitch, running stitch, X's, a little like a stitch with flowers, a lighter running stitch, a loop. It looks like a chevron stitch. This looks like a short zigzag, a wide zigzag, and this just looks like a regular running embroidery stitch. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stitches on this stencil or this stamp. And I just thought these were great for those of you who may not have a sewing machine, but you want stitches. There you go. I will be sure to link her Etsy shop below, okay? So y'all can pick that up if you want. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, I went ahead and glued all this down. I have a bunch of scraps over here, and we're just going to start putting scraps down just like we did the other day, because I just want this to be real, like, yeah. I don't want any rhyme or reason here. I just want to start putting some stuff down. I've got some of these papers, and I think they're perfect because they just look like they're already ready to go. You know what I mean? So let me get out my glue book. Where did I put it? Here it is. Let me get out my glue book and start gluing some stuff down. So how is everybody today? It has been warm here this week. It's been mid-80s, which I think in the UK is about 30 degrees Celsius, sort of, kind of. So yeah, it's been a little warm here. Just saying. Let's just put that like right in the middle. Got a family reunion today up on our family farm. So I'm really looking forward to getting to see a bunch of folks. I think that'll be great fun with the kiddos and all that. This is going to have a light butterfly theme to it because I have a lot of ephemera that has butterflies on it. But you can put any scraps down you want. That doesn't have to be a theme. Doesn't have to be anything. It can just be whatever you want it to be. I'm just trying to be really super random. And putting down some items here. And I also want to put down, I'm going to flip this over. Let's get one on the back. Because I don't want to forget that I have, you know, the back here and be filling up my front or whatever side with all my butterflies and then be like, oh, I don't have any of those for the back. Well, wasn't that smart of me? All right, let's put this one over here. I think that is so pretty. I have these sheets and I've been wanting to use them up. just because, you know, this stuff lays around and you start to accumulate ephemera like crazy. And the next thing you know, it's like you've got all this stuff and you need to use it. It just starts taking over your craft room. If you're like me, it's like, seriously, how did I get all of this stuff? I just sort of want to go to the edge here because I still want my inking to show. I don't want to have to sort of re-ink stuff. That's not my mission here. So let's just start putting in some other stuff that has no bearing on anything. Like I said, I'm just being super random. So, like I said, welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you to all of my OGs for shouting me out and being supportive and just being amazing. It really does mean a lot. I don't know if any of you all, I know a lot of you all have YouTube channels and a lot of you don't. But, you know, it's a lot of work. But it's my joy. It's something that I really, really like doing. It's therapy. And I can come in here and I can just craft for hours. And which is my plan over this weekend. I plan to do some batch filming so I can get ahead. So if I have an emergency again, you know, I don't have to be stressed about it, which I really wasn't stressed about it. Everybody understands, I think, really I do, that when I don't have videos, there's something, either I'm sick, I'm extremely exhausted, or I have family responsibilities. As I'm sure most of you know, and most of you understand. I have 2 elderly parents, and I have 2 grandkids that I help with, and I work a full-time job. So, it's a lot, guys. And I love this, and it's not anything I'm giving up. And life happens sometimes. But I appreciate the support. And when you see these little breaks in my schedule, and you see that I'm MIA, you know, if you would just go watch my videos, like them, comment on them, you know, even if you don't watch the whole video, when you go back and you watch and you like or you comment or something like that, because I have over 600 and I don't even know, 650. I got a lot of videos. So there's a lot of content that you could binge watch, and that really helps me out a lot because that keeps me super active with YouTube. When I don't have any views, believe me, it crashes and burns super fast. So as you can see how this just starts to come together just from, I'm just ripping the edges because I don't want a lot of straight edges on here. You just start putting it down. You don't try to be perfect. Don't try to do any of that stuff. You know, I have learned, if I've learned one thing from watching my faves, is there is no right or wrong. There's just, as Miss Julie would say, this is her quote, there's just different. And different is a good thing. And if you know anything about Donna, you know I'm all about the different. Yes, I am. I like unique. I like in your face. I don't want my stuff to look like other people's stuff. I want to be me. And I think I do pretty decent at it. And you know, I was getting caught up in that a little bit. Like, let me do this, let me do that. Well, you know, I like junk journaling and all of that. And I like this, that, and the other. And shabby chic and all those things. But at the end of the day, no, but you're not going to mimic anybody's style. You can try, but, you know, it's just be your style. And so, I'm taking, like, I love shabby chic, and I always have. And I think what I'm going to do is just put my spin on it. End of the day, I'm just going to do my pink Victorian ladies journal. And I'm just going to put my spin on it, and that's going to be that. This is super fragile. I think I'm going to put that, I think I'll put that right there. See, it just sort of like pops apart. That's a really, really, really old book page. Most of my stuff, other, of course, than the little bit of Temu stuff that I do buy, was gifted to me by different people. I have gotten tons of stuff. You will hear me refer to people like Liz and Lee and different people that have gifted me items that, you know, I would not ordinarily have. And most of it, a lot of it is authentically vintage. And so just know that, you know, other than the stuff that you see that's obvious store-bought or ordered, it is vintage. You know, these people decided, you know, I'm not going to do this anymore. Some of it's not, but like I said, most of it is. And I just think that that is amazing that I have people that do watch me and reach out and they're like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm sick of it, yada, yada. Okay, I think we're doing pretty good on this side. I want to incorporate in a little bit of these browns. I want to put a couple of these down and then we'll flip over and we'll go to the other side. And then we'll get some ribbon out and make like a little thing to hold it closed. And maybe put some little stickers on it. And this is just going to be a little flip out folio thing. And we're going to put some pockets and stuff on it. So there's that. And then we have this one. So it's really great, you know. And I offered to pay postage and stuff like that. So, you know, if you have stuff and you just like watching this and you're getting out of the business and you don't take it to the landfill, you know, message Donna because she will take it off your hands for sure. So I think I'm going to put this up here just to bring your eye to the top of that page. So I'm liking how that's looking. So let's show some love over here to this other side. Part of this didn't get covered up, so I definitely want to try to put something a little more focal up there. Maybe some music. Let's put some music page up there. And it's calling for like 50% chance of rain, but it did yesterday as well. And it did rain yesterday morning, like pretty significantly. But then it quit, and it was an absolutely gorgeous day the rest of the day. So I'm really, really, really hoping that that is what occurs today. So I'm just going to go sort of over the top, and then I can trim that off and re-ink. Okay, get that. And I will be honest with you guys, I don't save every little scrap. Because if I did, I've got some scraps that are just so minute. I think it would be a little cray to try to have all this stuff saved, you know. I mean, certain sizes, yeah, you're like, oh, okay, I can use that as a label or something like that. But when I cut some of these little edges off like these, that goes in the trash. And I'm sorry if that's breaking the junk journaling code of ethics, but I don't have room for all this stuff. I can't save every scrap. I'll just put it that way. Can't do it, folks. So now that I've camouflaged that little corner over there, let me roll up. And I did get some of these glue sticks off Amazon. I'm sure they're probably on lots of people's Amazon storefront. I always tell people to use Miss Julie's because she has a USA and a UK link. I do not have mine set up because I have not had the time, and it just gives me a headache because I can't figure out what I'm doing. Yeah, we'll just put it like that. All right, so I want to put some green on this page as well. So I have, this is some really, really, really old scrapbook paper that I've had for like ever and a day. So I wanted to get some of these old pieces used up. I love these little birds. And I'm just going to tear these edges a little bit. Not a whole lot, because I don't want to cut my birds off. And if I tear too much, my birds are going to disappear. So I think I'm going to put this like up here, and then we can camo around it. Get some green on the page. I think I had some other green pieces here. That's a blue. Yeah, here we go. I've got that. Man, I thought I had more than that, but I guess I don't. Let's put a sticker or two down, shall we? I've got these that are just like a white flower with gold etching on this, and I think it's gorgeous. I used it the other day, and I love it. Let's put a big splash of this lime green on here. That'll wake everybody up. Let's put it right up here. I love doing this, and I'm telling you, I've watched some videos. I think I shared this with a couple of you guys, where they did what was called glue books, and I'm telling you, that looked like one of the most therapeutic things I have ever seen in my life. Like, I'm like, I seriously need to get involved in that, because that was therapy. It's just randomly, like, I think the guy was it Dasha Dave or Carrie Griffith? I can't remember. Anyway, long story short, he did themes. Like, he had a purple one. Like, he would just take stuff out of an old magazine that was like basically like all purple stuff and just glue it in a book. But he glued it in a book in a way that was just so pretty. I was like, wow, that is sort of genius. And the thing about it is it was just so, I can see the therapeutic nature in it, because, yeah, it was so cute. But they're called glue books. And then I know that Shabby Debbie Doodah does a lot of collaging that's just cluster, like cluster busters. And I have a lot of clusters that I've done, and I really enjoy that as well. I'm going to put a little bit of this peachy color. Sorry if I'm going off the page. I'm going to set up a mirror. I know I've been saying this for 3 years. But I've got some mirror tiles, actually, and I think I'm going to put those in here and get those mounted so that I can find a way to watch myself, so that I know that I'm in the screen and all that stuff, you know. And I'm sure if you watch enough junk journalers, you'll be like, they're always checking themselves, like, am I in screen? Am I in screen? Because, you know, you get to crafting, and the next thing you know, it's like, oh, my paper's completely off screen. Nobody can see me. Like, that was a colossal mess. And so, yeah, I try to be aware. I try to look when I first put up my camera, like where I'm at on the screen and that type of stuff. So I think we're doing really good. Now I want to put one of these over here. I know Abby, when she's here, when I did my other one the other day, she really liked this. Like, a lot. If I can get this little flower off of here, we're going to be doing good. Come on. I think I'm going to make a video on pokey tools. I watched some, I think I mentioned it in my other video. And it's basically just like a sharp object that you use to get stickers apart, sort of like that. Or anything else, basically, that you need to use it for. Now, on here, we have dragonflies. We have some here. I have this little thing I want to put. Let's put this on this page. I think I'm going to put that there. What do you think? I love it. And these videos were stunning. I mean, these things were like, seriously, they were works of art. So, I'm thinking about doing some pokey tools. And I'm thinking about when I get some stuff stocked up, I want to do bundles, and I'm going to sell them through YouTube, just so you know. I'm not even going to try to set up like a shop. I'm just going to sell stuff through YouTube, I think, because I think that's going to be like so much easier for me. I just don't have the time to dedicate to all kinds of other stuff, setting up that stuff. And I think I'm just going to do easy stuff, like just pre-made bundles, like tags that's cut out and inked for you, and like pokey tools, and like pretty embellishments like ink pens, like those pens that I showed you in one of my previous videos. I just thought it was so pretty. They're so pretty. Okay, so I think, I wouldn't swear to it. We got that there. Let me just look at it for a second. I think it's looking pretty good. Pretty good. Let me see this side. I think we need a couple of little pieces of this on this side, and I think we're going to call it done. And then we'll put some pockets down, and maybe some ribbon, and see what we got. I'm going to put this up here, just trying to bring the eye up. Put that there. Do I have music? Yeah, I got a piece of music on there. I think that looks pretty good. And you can get super carried away with this. Like, you could be gluing down all day. You would have 25,000 layers on here. And people would be like, okay, what was the point of that? You covered up everything. Like, yeah, it's easy to go down that rabbit hole, people. All right, so let me put my little stamp back up here. And I got a couple of these, but I think we're going to call that good. All right. I got some pieces cut out that we can do for, let's see here, some pockets. Oh, I forgot about those. Put those little stamps over there. All right. I don't want to get too plain, but I love this because I want to keep some color. And I've got some cards that I think match nicely. We might use that for a side pocket. And I think we're going to call that, yeah, I think we're good there. All right, so let's put that back up in the stash. Here, out of the way. I think I'm going to use this and this, and we'll cut it. There we go. Let's get the glue book up out of the way. And this is like an embossed paper, but I want to cut it down. Like, first we need to decide. That goes like that. I think I got that right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Let's see what we can decide on. Yeah, I think this is going to be the front. So let me do this. Okay, that's going to be the front. And I'll go back and glue down any loose edges. So that's super bright white. So let's take a little bit of this, and where is my, let's just use this. And we're going to dull it down a little bit. I need to get a new sponge for my inker, because this is seriously getting sheddy. It's shedding. All right, I want to see how that needs to be, and I'm going to cut it straight across here. And we're just going to freehand it. And we're going to cut it right. Okay. A little bit more off that one edge. Just because when it folds over, I don't want it to be all crazy. I like pronounced corners as far as inking. And I don't know that this will do a corner, so I'm just doing it freehand. And if it's not perfect, that's okay too. All right, so we're just going to glue down, hold this side. We're going to glue here, here, and here with our art glitter glue. Try to stay as close to the edge as you can. And you know me with my fidget fingers and shakes and haven't had my breakfast yet. It's like, yeah, that might happen. It might not. So we're just going to put that down like so. Gonna hold that in place for a hot minute. We've got a pocket. So there's one. And I think I'm going to do I think I'm going to cut this straight across. And I think I'm going to put a little tuck up in there too. But what I want to do, let me see. Make sure that's glued. Yeah, that's good. Let's go ahead and I think I might do this up here in the corner and do an upper tuck. And I don't want it near this big. So, like that. And you can tuck. There we go. Perfect. So I'm just going to hold this front piece, glue, and I'm going to do the scallops, and that'll be a top tuck. But you can just tuck something in up there, like that. Perfect. And then you can just put something up in there. All right, let me cut this edge off. And might put like a little belly band right here because I don't want to cover up my jar. So let me see what I have. So we already have these. I just wanted to show this as a sample. And tuck that down in there like that. You have a tuck. You can tuck it up in here. I just want to show you how that works, like that. So, we can, let's just do that little corner tuck down here in the bottom. And if, like I said, if you have anything that you would like to see done on my channel, please reach out. It's never a problem. I'm always happy to try new things. Because I know probably a lot of you watch a lot of different junk journalers like I do myself. And yeah, you see things and you're like, oh, Miss Donna, you need to do this. And I don't have a problem with that. So a belly band is basically exactly what it says. You're gluing it. I like to fold that up so I know that it's not going to be in the way. And you can just glue one side, and then you can tuck stuff down in there, and you're not going to mess up your so you can still tuck stuff down in there. So we have a belly band, we have a tuck, we have a pocket, we have a tuck. I think that's good there. cute. I keep getting this mixed up. I don't know how I keep getting this mixed up. There. All right, so I think that's going to end up being the front. All right, so let's do the back side. And I'm going to try to keep the back side a little bit more neutral. I think I'm going to do a pocket there. I'm going to round my top corners on medium. And I think I'm going to put a pull. Just use a round punch. And I'm just ever so slightly, just barely. Going to cut into there like that. You can ink that if you want so it's prominent and it stands out. I'll just put a little ink on there. And I'm just put this down here. Love it. I had been wanting to do this thing for a while because I'd had this piece of stuff and I'm like, hey, I need to do that. And I think I'm going to take this and I'm going to punch a little hole just ever so slightly. And we're going to put it up here. So I'm going to hold it here, glue down this corner, this side. All right. I think it's turning out pretty neat. I'm like, hey. Got a couple more pieces here. Let me get my glue book out of the way. Just trying to keep it sort of, you know, not crazy, we'll say. I mean, it doesn't have to be all over the place. I think I want to use one of these because I used it on the other side. But I want to put it this way. Okay, so we definitely need to cut this off. All right, perfect. Okay, I am going to, where's my, it's like, where is this? Okay. And I'm not gonna cut the scallop out on this other side just because it's gonna be against a straight edge. And I don't want this stuff any harder to get in and out of here as it needs to be, if that makes sense. There we go. I just wanted to make sure I was getting that right on that edge. So we have a tuck, tuck, pocket. Got lots. And let me see. I think I have some really cute items here. And what I suggest doing when you do stuff like this is you go and you put this under like a big book. I did mine the other day and it works great. Just put this stuff under a great big book and it works just fine. I want to put a focal point. I really love this because it's raised and it's green. I think I'm going to put this right up here. Down now. Okay, so we got those on there. And let's do, I have some little things that look like, let me find them. They're right here. I just saw them. And like when y'all get stuff like this, say that, here it is. Okay. These little, these little locks are so cute. I'm going to see if I have one. It's like let's do, I actually think I'm just going to put this here. Make it look like a closure. That makes sense. Got those at the Dollar Tree from Crafter Square. These are awesome, especially for junk journaling. And let me get some ribbon. Let's see here. I think I'm going to use this tan again. And I think that'll be really cute. Didn't put down any. I really like this little, I think I might have to punch a little hole. Put a little, I don't know. Maybe up here we could put like a little, this little charm. I prefer to have stuff hanging off the front, like so. We could run, let's see, where's it at? Oh my goodness, trying to keep up with all this stuff is, here we go. All is not failed. Let's do, let's do this right here, because when you close it, you'll still see it, or maybe here. Trying to make up my mind where I want it, where it's not crazy looking. I think I'm actually just going to put it up here in the corner. So let's do that. Let's get out the old crocodile. Let's see here. And I think I'm going to do these dark ones. Let me see. Punch my hole. And, sorry. All right, make sure where I'm punching here. Let me move that up, because I don't want it to be perfect. Now I'm going to put one of these on here. And they can be a little bigger to get in here. Just saying. Let's see. Let's get a little bit bigger. I'm still learning how to use this. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. And then you just line this bad boy up. Is that not the neatest thing in history? Like, look at that. Like, I could play with this thing all day long. Like, I literally could. So now, we have our little hickey doodle. I think what I'm going to do is see if I can get this to hang off of here the right way. That can sometimes be a challenge. Okay. Go back on there. There we go. Ouch. The perils of junk journaling, you know. Fidget fingers first thing in the morning. Goodness gracious. Let's put that on. There we go. All right, 3 days later. Now to get it hooked. This is what happens when you can't see. There we go. Cutesy tootsie. That is so cute. And now, I think I'm just going to, sorry, I have not had my tea. I think we're just going to, it's a little too much, I think. Just going to trim it off. And we have a little folio. So that's what that's. Let me get all this off the desk so you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. I have a hot mess express over here, and I'm not even joking. So now you can see what we did. Let me get all this stuff back out of the way. So I'm not going to tie this right at the moment, but this is going to be our ribbon, okay? I did an eyelet here and put a little dangle off of it, okay? Covered it with book page and then just collaged it with whatever. Brought out some color, put in some pockets and some tucks. And if you wanted, you could even take and put in, let's see, what page? Like, I think there was another page here somewhere. Like this has just got a short, you could put another pocket down here with the gussets on the side and you could fill it up. But this, you don't want it to get too fat. This is just something that you can add to any junk journal. And I did want to show you guys really quick, just so you can see this in action. And I have a skinny stamp post that is perfect for this. Let me take off my postage stamps. And let's just pull up, let's pull this one up. I'm so excited about this, especially for the people that do not sew and never will. Trying to lay it down straight, or it's going to look like your sewing machine went crazy. There we go. That's pretty good. So I just want to show you guys what it would look like. And I don't even know if this will be enough. I may have to use my black. If it doesn't show up, I don't want to get that on my... Oh, let's do it with black. I want you to be able to see it. I am excited. Like, I can't even. It'll show up now. Look at that. I love it. I love it. So I didn't have any ink on that one spot right there. So like if you wanted it to look like you slayed that edge or something, let me use, that one's a little wide. Let's use this one. This one's shorter. And we're just going to put it down. Plop it. Okay. We're going to take our black ink. I love it. I love it. And it takes some practice. So don't think, oh my goodness, I messed it up. No, you didn't mess it up. The more you use anything, is that not cute? So now you look like you have a stitch. And like you could do that like anywhere. I love that so much. That is so cute. I don't know if I got enough ink on here, but no, you just see it right there. So anyway, I wanted you to be able to see that. I thought, well, I showed you it. I want you to be able to see it. So I didn't have enough ink on that one. So that's what that looks like. So you can put stitches on your page. And again, I had the shakes this morning. Everything takes a little bit of practice, guys. So just remember that. Let's tie it up. And I watched one video where somebody tied a bow. They showed you how to tie a bow to where it came out right every time. Well, I think I might have just did it. So there is our little flip out, whatever you want to call it, file folder that flips out. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider giving me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Get to know me. Introduce yourself if you're new here. And guys, I'll see you on Sunday. Have a great 4th of July weekend. Be safe. Thanks for watching. Bye.